श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु
हरे कृष्णा स्वामी।
दयाकर मोरे। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दयाकर मोरे। तुम बिना के दयालु जगत संसारे। आह प्रभु नित्यानंदा प्रेमानंद सुखी। आह प्रभु नित्यानंदा प्रेमानंद सुखी। कृपावलोकना करो আমি বড় দুঃখী। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया कर मोरे। दया करो सीतापति अद्वैता गोसाई। दया करो सीतापति अद्वैता गोसाई। तव कृपा बोले पांच चैतन्य निताय। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया कर मोरे। दया करो श्री आचार्य प्रभु श्रीनिवास। नमः स्वरूप सनातन रूप रघुनाथ। भट्टायुगा श्रीजीव प्रभु लोकनाथ। दया करो श्री आचार्य प्रभु श्रीनिवास। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया कर मोरे। रामचंद्र संगमगे नरोत्तम दास। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया कर मोरे। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया कर मोरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for joining. Reading from Chaitanya Charitamrita, for understanding the deep mellows of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, tasting in the mood of Srimati Radharani, tasting the mellows of devotion service. And that's where we are in. So verse number 5 and 6 from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adilila. जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय अनित्यानंद जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय अनित्यानंद जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय अनित्यानंद जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद। We'll also chant the Mangalacharan. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjanasalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaः. मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरं। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंतकोटि वैष्णव की जय। नमाचर दास ठाकुर की जय। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadavanyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Rupa Goswami Prabhupada ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai, Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur Tiruva Mahamaso ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nasta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki Hari Om Tatsat Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vishtaya Putre Jivam Samudana Acharya Pudhanitaya Gaura Gata Damodayana Gadanta Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vishtaya Putre Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prachar Nirvisesh Sunnavadi Pachacharya Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vishtaya Putre Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Nama Sri Varshavanavi Devi Daitaya Kripabdaya Krishna Sambandha Vijnanadayane Prabhu. Thank you. So, verse number 5 and 6. So far, we have described the fundamental understanding of the first chapter of Adi Leela, setting the scene of the first 14 verses, setting the supreme absolute truth in terms of the six truths in Panchatattva and then Guru Tattva, including the six truths, been explained. And we also explained the objective and the offering obeisances and benedictions. The three things are being described in chapter 1 by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. So that's why one should relish because benedictions are given pretty much every chapter, every verse. Highest benediction of attaining Krishna Prema. This particular Chaitanya Charitamrita especially. Sriyatam, Sriyatam, Nityam, Giyatam, Giyatam, Muda, Chintyatam, Chintyatam, Bhaktas Chaitanya Charitamritam. So one should chant, sing with great happiness. Here, chant with great happiness and relish this Chaitanya Charitamrita and 12th chapter of Antalila. Jagadananda Pandit's pastimes. This has been described. So one should relish. So in this, then the fourth verse has been described as Paribhasa Sutra of Chaitanya Charitamrita because it describes two primary reasons, external reasons. One is so primary reason, and another one is secondary reason for external reasons, which is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared to deliver the whole world with Krishna Prema by giving the this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, distributing congregation chanting of the holy name. Prema रियाज करे प्रचारण राग मार्ग प्रेम भक्ति रियाज आस्वादन राग मार्ग करे प्रचारण. These are two things. One is to release the sweetness of the love of his devotee as Srimati Radharani. Second one is to actually to distribute this love of Godhead through the congregation chanting of the holy name. So that is the fourth verse is telling Anarpit Charim Chara Karunaya Avatirna Kalo Samarpitam Mannatojjala Rasam Swa Bhakti Sriyam Hari Purata Sundara Dhuti Kadamba Sandip Sa Sada Hruday Kantare Surato Vas Chinandana Surato Vas Chinandana. So that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has specifically descended for that primary reason. The secondary reason which goes with it is Advaita Acharya Prabhu called out Lord Narayan himself, Mahavishnu Sadasiv, to call out because only Krishna can give this Krishna Prema. After liberation, Lord Vishnu, Lord Narayan can give but Krishna Prema. Lord Narayan himself thought this has to be given by himself. So he called out. And along with that, it has been described that it coincided. Generally, the removing the burden of the earth is not the Krishna's job. That is Lord Vishnu's job. He is the maintainer. That coincided with the time of Lord Krishna's appearance, 27th Divya Yuga, 7th Manvantara. exactly all these are called out when Lord Krishna will appear in one day of Brahma, exact specific period, specific time. So that coincided to remove the burden as well. So that's all the incarnations, all the Yugavatara, Manvantara, everything, all entered into the body of Lord Krishna. So the killing of the demons are being done by Lord Vishnu. So while being in the body of Lord Krishna. So all these are being described. These are the secondary reasons of so Lord's Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's manifestation, appearance. All these are being described. So Lord Krishna and Lord Chaitanya further appear so one after another. After Dwarka Lila, then immediately when he went back, then he released the. I didn't release. I didn't give actually. I told Sarvadharma Pariju actually nobody has delivered. Very few has taken. So let me actually distribute this love. So that's when these actional reason, but the three reasons has appeared in his heart. So that is being described in the fifth and sixth verse are very important verses. These are the internal reasons. The fourth verse, Paribhas Sutra, is speaking actional reasons of distributing Hare Krishna Mahamantra and developing, giving Krishna Prema through that process. Because Hare Krishna Mahamantra has come, Golokya Premadan Harinama Sankirtan. Now the internal reasons are being described here from this verse and the sixth verse. Fifth verse is describing specifically about how Lord Krishna is one in is one personality and is divided into two for a long time. Then again to release something special, again they combine into one. That's what it was. And it is also talking about the one rasa that is in line, confidential. Samvit, Sandani, Ladini, the three, one rasa only. It is what do you call? Um, what is called Swarup Shakti. Swarup Shakti is being divided into three. That is Sandhini, Samvit, Ladini. Sandhini is the Sat potency, eternality. That is Lord Balaram. That's why he's everywhere expanding as a bed, mat, a bell, in everything. You name it. All the paraphernalia is Lord Balaram. That is Sat, eternality, existence. If something is existing, that is Lord Balaram. Lord Krishna is walking, Jarasandha is walking, trying to catch him. They couldn't catch him. So that expanding, he is expanding. The distance goes on expanding. No one can catch Krishna unless Balram makes it happen. So that is the Sat aspect, existence, existential potency is Sat, and that is Lord Balram. That is called Sandhini. Sat means Sandhini. Then Chit means some with cognizance, consciousness. That's why it is called International Society for Balram Consciousness. No, Krishna consciousness. So that is coming from some with consciousness, cognizance. So that is specific one. That main portion of consciousness is coming from Krishna. Samvit he kept it in. Originally, all these three are in him only. Then he distributed. Sandhani is with Lord Balram. Samvit is the consciousness. So that's even in the Vasudeva, Sankarsana, Pradyumna, the Vasudeva is consciousness. There also. Sankarsana is ego. Aniruddha is mind. Pradyumna is intelligence. They are in charge for four different things. So, anyway, Samvit is for consciousness that Krishna has kept himself. Then Ladini. So we need. Without pleasure, one cannot enter. So that's why Hare Krishna. Krishna is not alone. Krishna is always with the pleasure potential Hadini Shakti. So that's without Srimati Radharani's mercy, Lord Balram's mercy, you can't enter it. You can't enter into the spiritual world. It's not possible. So that's the Guru is the manifestation of both energies of Srimati Radharani and Lord Nityananda Balram. So when they prove blessed, then the Krishna will allow that person to enter into the spiritual world. So that is the process. So in this verse is teaching of these three. The one personality, the one energy, the Swarup Shakti, that one personality called Rajendra Nandan Shyam Sundar Krishna. Uh, so that's why later on the sixth verse explains that aspect as well as as the manifestation of love. The conjugal rasa also is elevated and super elevated. The elevated aspect is Dwarka. Dwarka pastimes is at a different level. That's majesty. So he's not sold, but he's not attracted. That is secondary. The primary is the super elevated character, which is no more majesty, no more Aishwarya, but completely with filled with madhurya, filled with they don't understand, they don't know that Krishna is Supreme Lord. So much intimacy is there. That is the primary, that is super elevated consciousness, the intimate conjugal rasa with the Vraja, maidens of Vraja, that means gopis, and the Srimati Radharani, the topmost Chandravali, and the eight principal gopis, and the most beloved of all of them, Srimati Radharani. So that has been explained in 6 verse. The 5th verse is teaching the one energy, the one single absolute truth, Supreme Lord Shri Krishna is expanded as two, and then two again combined as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In the mood of Srimati Radharani has been explained. The 6th verse is teaching when Krishna went back, he wanted to release three desires as appeared in his heart. So those three desires been told what those three, and that is prema bhakti, niryasa karita, aswadana. Taste that. So we'll come and explain. So they clearly called out in Sanskrit terms. Pranaya Mahima, that is the first aspect, has been called out. We'll go deeper just to set the context. We are explaining the descriptive aspect of the prime reasons of 5th and 6th verse. The 6th verse is teaching about the three confidential reasons of internal reasons. First one is Pranaya Mahima. So Radhaya Pranama Mahima, that means the glory of Srimati Radharani's love. The position of Srimati Radharani is Radharani. That is the first aspect. Uh, then it goes to the next. Then Yenadbhuta Mahima, Madhurima. That is second aspect. Anaya. Anaya word is used. Anaya Aradite Idi Radha. Aradhana. The word Radha is coming. Anaya Aradhana. Anaya Aradite Idi Radha. That's the Anaya word is used. In the next verse, you will see at the end. So Anaya. So that means that personality is Srimati Radharani. आस्वादयो येनाद्भुता महिमा कीदृशो. What kind of sweetness, what kind of qualities of this person. Subject is Krishna, here object is Srimati Radharani. So Krishna is thinking, how much, because he's in a different, he's in opposite side, so he cannot understand, how much, because it is ever expanding. Krishna is loving, and then that love is expanding even millions of times on the other side. So he want to taste that. What is that? So what is that kind of love? Who is this? What is this position of this devotee? Topmost devotee. So that is why it is starting Pranaya Mahima is Radharani's position, glory, and then Yanadbhuta Mahima, Madhurima. So Aswadito, you want to taste that sweetness, happiness of what this devotee is feeling. Srimad Radharani, the gopis are feeling. Then further, Saukyam Chasya Tad Anubhata. Tad Anubhata. Want to really taste it. The qualities of sweetness, now he wants to taste that sweetness finally. So there are three internal confidential reasons. So that's why, yes, Lord Krishna has taken this form in the mood of Srimati Radharani. Uh, that's why you see that Radha Bhava, the last line is very important in this verse, next verse. You make that note. Radha Bhava Dyuti Suvalitam. Lord Krishna is taking in the mood and sentiment and the complexion, both. The mood, Bhava is mood, Rasa, and also complexion. Jyoti means complexion as well. That is the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Gauranga, that is color of Srimati Radharani. It's not black, that's a Krishna Varna, means Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami. Krishna Varna has too many. One is also taking the color, is also taking the mood also. Krishna Varnam, Krishna. Is not black, is blue. is of color of golden of Srimati Radharani, and is also his mood is now sentiment and mood of a devotee to taste that rasa and love. So in the next line also you will see that last line. Samajani Sachi Zindu Garbha has appeared in the as a moon in the uh, in the ocean, like a moon is appearing from the Samudra Manthan, like that. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is appeared in the womb of Sachimata. So to release this particular sweetness of Srimati Radharani. So that is the context in which so this fifth and sixth verse is spoken. Mm. So that's why Chaitanya Charitamrita, Rupa Goswami is revealing that, and the famous verse is there in Ante Leela, which is the essential verse of intense separation of. So that's why Chaitanya Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami also explaining that love and lust. There is no lust here. It is ever increasing. As soon as the Krishna sees the gopis, different kinds of gopis are there, different rasas, billions of gopis. As soon as he sees them in distance itself, his intensity is increasing, his love intense, and there on their side it's even increasing further. So that Prabhupada is explaining the Dui Lage Huda Hui. Both sides is exchanging. So they are trying to give pleasure to Krishna. Krishna is trying to give pleasure, but at the same time Krishna understood that now no more. I am trying, but I can never repay. Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita that actually I reciprocate according to your desire, according to the person who is surrendering to me. But in the Gopi's case, he told that actually I cannot repay you. I cannot reciprocate in the way you can do. You are doing much more. I have no capacity to actually reciprocate in the way you are able to do. That is the Gopi's bhav, Gopi's love. So, etam prapadyamte, etam tataiva bhajamyam, mama vartaman vartante partha sarvaza. That is in general, after the pure devotion, that also their category. When it comes to this highest level of pure devotion of gopis, then it goes to beyond. So that's why Krishna says, hands up. I can't reciprocate, I can't repay you the intensity of your devotion because they are not considering themselves at all. They are not considering anything for them. They are not trying to do this love, loving Krishna for getting something back. They are ready to sacrifice anything and everything. They don't want anything actually. That's why it's not, there is no lust. Everything is completely pure, unmotivated, uninterrupted, unalloyed love. It cannot be sacrificed for anything. They are simply meant to give pleasure to Krishna only. That's how much. So that's why Krishna said, I can't repay the debt. So that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sang this verse, which Rupa Goswami could understand, and he chanted the verse. That is a famous verse which we should use to understand. Priyaso ayam Krishna sahachari kurukshetra militastadaham sarada tadedam abhayo sangama sukham tadapi antakkelan madhuram murali panchama juse kalindi pulina upaniya sproheti. Says Radha Gopinath. Radha Govindadev and Radha Gopinath is Vamsi Vat, is on the bank of Yamuna. So always relishing the most confidential pastimes, as in the letter of instruction. Last verse goes 9, 10, 11. It goes deeper, deeper, more than Vaikunta, Mathura, more than Mathura. Vrindavan, more than Vrindavan, Govardhan, more than Govardhan, Radhakund, Shamakund, the banks of Yamuna. So that is the intensity of Radha Gopinath. So it goes intensified pastimes. So that's where it goes. That's intense operation of Priya Swayam Krishna. As Chaitanya Mahaprabhu releasing, and then he uttered this verse while dancing in front of Rath Yatra. And Rupa Goswami understood and he's quoted. That's why this verse is repeated twice or thrice. All these are these reasons, all these are who has understood. Who has understood? No one else. This is actually understood by Sarup Damodar Goswami, who is the Vishaka, Lalita and Vishaka, Ramanandra and Sarup Damodar. They both understood. This is in the diary of Sarup Damodar. He has written it. He has confidentially shared it through Raghunath Das Goswami. He was a confidential servitor of Swarup Damodar Goswami. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is a disciple of Raghunath Das Goswami. So he could understand. So that he is revealing what is being revealed by confident associate Sri Sarup Damodar Goswami. He's not directly saying, I have understood it. No, he is always telling that through Parampara Acharya, through Sarup Damodar Goswami, I have understood these inner sentiments of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Sri Krishna, the mood of Sri Radharani, and he is revealing it. Throughout Chaitanya Charitamrita, you will always see that. He's not directly saying anything. He's always revealing through the six Goswamis, is revealing through Sarup Damodar, is revealing through confidential associates each other. This is the essential principle. Always, Prabhupada also follows. My Guru Maharaj said it. This is Parampara Acharya said that. Krishna himself, when he teaches also, he always also quotes. This is how the sadhu, this is what they also concluded it. Now let us get into the verse. We chant the verse, we read the translation, and then we go a little further, deeper, understand the intricacies of this. 1/5 verse number 5. राधा कृष्ण प्रणय विकृति ह्लादनी शक्तिरस्मान् एकात्मनामपि धुवि भुवि पुरा देह भेदौ गतौ तौ चैतन्याख्यं प्रकटमधुना तद्वयं चैक्यमाप्तु राधा भावद्युति सोलितं नौमि कृष्ण स्वरूपम्. Very important verse, one has to remember and use this in our meditation. So it's clearly indicated here. Translation by Divine Guest Jai Sri Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Vijay. The loving affairs of Sri Radha and Krishna are transcendental manifestations of Lord's internal pleasure-giving potency. Although Radha and Krishna are one in their identity, previously they separated themselves. Now these two transcendental identities have again united in the form of Sri Krishna Chaitanya. I bow down to him who has manifested himself with the sentiment and complexion of Srimati Radharani, although he is Krishna himself. So originally, when Krishna is only one, supreme absolute truth. Now he expanded into two. Eternally separate themselves as Radha and Krishna. Male counterpart, female counterpart. So this also we have to understand. So as Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur and his god brothers shared this. And this is shared by Sri Bhaktivinoda Thakur as well. Jayadharma I have mentioned many times. The devotees who are in the mood of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is relishing the Gauranga, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates, and worshipping Radha and Krishna of the Rajadam. So they attain the two bodies, one in the male form, in Radha and Krishna's pastime, and in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes in Svetadvip in Golokundam. And the second could be male, could be also most likely female as well. So if he's covered by, he will be in male form. But if he's in conjugal rasa, he will be have a female form. But in the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastime, simultaneously as a male body with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But parallelly, if he's in the conjugal rasa, he will have a female body. But simultaneously, this is all in Golokanda. So one has two bodies. So this is possible. So that's why this world is nothing. Material world is nothing. What we are relishing is nothing. So what we can relish in the spiritual world is there is no comparison, unparalleled. The sweetness, the happiness, the bliss, everything, variety, everything is completely, it's multifolds, hundreds and thousands of billions of times. So, so that's why Krishna also expanded he himself as one personality, expanded as a female counterpart as well. Not different, Radha and Krishna, heart to heart connection. So there's no difference between them. One personality divided into two. There's two bodies, one heart. That's how Chaitanya Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami explained Chaitanya Charitamrita in other words. So that's why it's mentioned here, Radha Krishna Pranay Vikriti. This is the divine manifestation of the loving sentiments. Pranay Vikriti. That is Hladini Shakti Rasman. Srimad Radharani is Hladini Shakti. Then Ekatmanam Api Bhuvi Pura. Before, original one personality Krishna, before, it has been a long time. Deha Vedau Gatauto. They have separated themselves as Radha and Krishna. Now, after so long, now again, Krishna is realizing that now I have to give, I have to understand this love, so that's why now is going to again combine into one. Radha and Krishna is one. That's it. Chaitanyakyam Prakatam Aduna now is appearing, is in one. Tadvayam Chaikyam combined. Aptam. Radha Bhava, how is appearing? Radha Bhava Jyoti. She is taking the sentiments, mood of Srimad Radharani, and Jyoti is taking the color. Suvalitam Naomi Krishna Sarup, and is called as Krishna Chandra, Chaitanya Chandra, Gaura Chandra, Mayapur Chandra, Navadvip Chandra. You can name it, so many names are there. That is why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is unlimited. So everything is unlimited of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's beauty. His prema is love. Now, verse number 6. Verse number 5 is giving that one form multiplied into two and again combined as one as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and also that one Swarupa, one Shakti is as also three as such is Ananda Swarup Shakti. So is divided into three as Samvit is Krishna's consciousness, Sandhini as Sat potency existential, that is Lord Balaram, and then Hladini pleasure potency is Srimati Radharani. So that's how it distributed as well. So now the verse number 6. Sri Radhaya Pranama Mahima Kidriso Va. The way you read, so understand a little bit intricacy is there. Kidroso Va, divide that there. And then Anaya, divide that there. Then Eva Aswadayo. That's how you have to read, so that you understand clear definitions of the word. Sri, let us read. Sri Radhaya Pranaya Mahima Kidriso Va. Anaya Eva Aswadayo Enadbhuta Mahima. Enadbhuta Madhurima Kidriso Va. मदीय सौख्यम चास्य मद अनुभवत कीदृशम वेति लोभात तद भावाद्य समजनी समजनी मीन्स born समजनी how सजि गर्भ सिंधो हरिंदु. So now you understand translation by the divine is Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Vijay. Desiring to understand the glory of Sri Radharani's love, the wonderful qualities in him that she alone relishes through her love, and that the happiness she feels when she realizes the sweetness of his love. The Supreme Lord, Hari, richly endowed with her emotions, appeared from the womb of Srimad Sachi Devi as the moon appeared from the ocean. Now, this verse make the point clear. Uh, Understanding. Sri Radhaya Pranama Mahima. This is the first point. First confidential internal reason. Pranaya Mahima. Kidruso. What is that position of Srimati Radharani? What is that position or glory of Srimati Radharani? That is the first point. So that you will see the greatness, glory. Translation may be little different. Glory, same thing. In few other verses in chapter 4 is explained. Different words are used, but the same thing. Glory, greatness. So is the first point. And then Anaya, Kidrusova. So what kind of that's greatness, position, glory? Then Anaya, that who is that person? Anaya. You'll see that in the word to word clearly. Va Anaya by this one in Srimad Bhagavatam. So that's why we chanted also Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudev, because always Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami's Disco Chaitanya Charitamrita is Bhagavat Sammat Shastra. Always he quotes when the verses are quoted, Bhagavatam verses you will see also in every chapter. Because that's all, because this is not different, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself. So whenever we establish something, we always speak from Srimad Bhagavatam as well. That's why in Chaitanya Charitamrita so many verses are quoted from Srimad Bhagavatam. So it is a Srimad Bhagavatam is non-different in one sense, with much more greater examples are being given. Much more advanced topics are being talked about with and also establish the same truths what is being, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted Aradhya Bhagavan Vijayasana. You will see Srimad Bhagavatam Pramana Mamalam. That is the essence. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu want to establish same Krishna and the highest principle, Srimad Bhagavatam as the highest topmost. So that's why Krishna Goswami established Srimad Bhagavatam verses to supplement whenever he quotes from Chaitanya Charitamrita. So that is the essence. So that's why there it is mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Anaya Aradito iti Radha. Whenever Radharani is spoken, it is not spoken directly, Radha. It is Aradhana, what is used. So that Aradhana is explained as Anaya Aradite iti Radha. So that's why here Anaya word is used. So Anaya Eva Aswadayo Enadbhuta Mahima. Then now second Second confidential reason. First one is greatness of our position, glory of our position. Now you want to understand the sweetness, the qualities of that Srimati Radharani. That's why Ena Adbhuta Madhurima. Adbhuta means sweetness, Madhurima, or happiness or qualities. Aswadayo, he wants to release. Aswadayo, that this word is continuous. Aswadayo Ena Adbhuta Madhurima, the wonderful sweetness. So Adbhuta Madhurima. That is the second confidential. Then Kidrusova Madiya, then he wants to taste it. Mm, Position, then greatness and qualities, and then now he wants to taste it. That is the third one. That's a Saukyam. Chasya Mad Anubhavata. Anubhava means you have to experience it. You have to taste it. Anubhava means whenever you say Anubhav means practical realization, practical application. You yourself, one has to themselves have to actually experience it. They have to be in there practically. They have to be there to realize it. So otherwise, how will you realize it? Simply see the ice cream, but you don't eat it. See the sweet, you don't eat it. And how will you know what kind of sweetness is there? What kind of sweet that is? If you taste it, like Madhavendra Puri went to Kherthal Gopinath, you want to taste it. That what kind of kheer they offer? Oh, okay, this kheer. So that means then he can release it. Then he can understand what went in there. Then he could offer. That is the point why he wants to taste it. He wants to offer that great sweet which they are offering to his Lord, to Radha Madan Mohan, which he installed in Jaipur, moved from Vrindavan to Jaipur, Nathdwara. So that is the reason. If one wants to taste the ideal devotee, wants to taste different things, because so that he can offer in his or her service to the Lord regularly different kind of items. As Raghav Pandit is also releasing, even though he has garden, he is always trying to offer different, always trying to find out where new things are there, wonderful things are available, so that he can increase his devotion service. Not the same things over and over he wants to offer, because it's always variety is the mother of enjoyment to offer. Endeavor, the endeavor has to be there always, not the same things. So as we also want to taste, we don't want to taste the same thing. Even if it's rice dal sabji, still there's a different flavor, different kinds of it. It's not exactly the same thing. Same thing with the Lord also. It has to be applied same thing there. You can't do the same thing over and over repeatedly. Then Lord also will be bored. So that's why he expanded so many of us, as so many billions of gopis, so many of his own expanded, so many female counterparts as gopis, Radharani, gopis, Dwaraka, Mahishi, second, and that's the gopis are called images, not much difference, very close. The Vaibhav Vilas, Vaibhav Prakash, Vaibhav Vilas, Dwaraka, queens are little bit different, lesser degree. Gopis are much higher intimacy is there from Radharani to gopis. And then it goes down further to Dwarka, further goes down to Lakshmi's, further goes down to Durga's. So that's why it changes the sentiment and the love and deepen. So the heart sentiment, all these are changes. Anyway, Saukyam Chasya Mad Anubhavata Kidrisova Veti Lobhat, intense great to relish. What is that? There. These three principal reasons, confidential reasons. Tad Bhavadya Samajani. Bhavadya wants to understand that relish. So that's why. Richly endowed with emotions. That's why Bhava. Previous verse also is Radha Bhava Dyuti Suvalitam. Make that note here also. Tad Bhava, that Bhava, same thing. That Radharani's Bhava. That mood and sentiment. Tad Bhavadya Samajani, then is born in our Sachigarbha Sindho Harindu as a ocean. Because this is the ocean of love, this is unending. This is not a small thing. Harindu as a moon. So moon is always cooling effect. So it's ever increasing. So these are the three confidential reasons. The fifth and sixth verse is explaining. So in order to understand these confidential reasons to come to that kind of ecstatic prema, then one has to get it through following in the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's footsteps as Parampara Acharyas. Mm. So that's in the fourth chapter. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is explaining that these internal sentiments of his feeling of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Uh, as relishing, how much the gopis are relishing. So that has been explained in much greater detail. So these verses. Mm, Yeah, first is explaining that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is has come to actually two things he is doing as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. One is nourishing and one is maintaining. Our devotion, our bhava, everything, our deepening of ecstatic symptoms of love. So he's explaining that. So Poshana and Dharana is doing. That's why we have to take shelter of Sri Chaitanya. If we want to actually nourish our bhakti, cultivate our bhakti, deepen, then we have to take shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also there. And maintain, he will maintain us. If we take proper shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his eternal associates, Paridas Thakur for chanting, Namacharya Haridas Thakur and Rupa Goswami, expert in bhakti, is taught, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu directly taught him what is this bhakti is all about, nectar devotion, nectar, what is the essential instructions in nectar of instruction, both books, so that we can understand. So that's everything is we have to understand, take shelter of these representatives of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then we will our poshana will happen, bhakti portion and bhakti nourishment, both maintaining of bhakti every day consistently we can practice it. Otherwise we can't practice it. Without the strength of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates, as Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur Goswami is a eternal associate, so that's why we take shelter of him. So this is a very important verse. Dubhyam Dhatur Ardha Poshana Dharana Poshaila Darila Prema Diya Tri Bhuvan. So indicates that nourishing and maintaining. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu nourishes, maintains the three worlds by distributing the love of Godhead. So that is the first fundamental principle we have to know. Then we have to realize that every day we should take darshan of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Always we should take darshan of Gaurnitai, then you take darshan of Radha and Krishna. Always you approach through Gaurnitai. Otherwise you can never get Radha and Krishna prem. It's not possible. So that's why he made it easier. That's why he appeared. For that reason only he has appeared Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because we can't get Krishna Prema. We can get to liberation. But to come to Krishna Prema is not at all easy. So we have to go through Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that is Sri Anga Sri Mukha Yei Kare Darshana Tare Papa Kshaya Haya Paya Premadan. Anyone who looks upon his beautiful body or the beautiful face becomes free from all sin and obtain the wealth of love of Godhead. Hmm. And the other verse we have chanted already. So one must hear and chant and meditate with great relishment, with great happiness. Chaitanya Charitamrita. Further, explained Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's sentiment. Aha Krishna Prananada Vrajendra Nandana Kaha Yaha Kahan Pana Murali Vadan. In intense separation in Gambhira, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is chanting this verse. Lord would cry, "Oh my Lord Krishna, my life and soul, oh son of Murali, Maharaj Nanda." So that's a Kaishor. In three ages are there. Komara, Pauganda, and Kaishor. Out of that, the Kaishor is the prominent. In Chicago, Prabhupada established Kishore Kishori because Lord is young, Navayavana. So from 12 to 16 as well is the 15 to 16. That is his adolescent age. That's where he's relishing. All these are he's relishing there. He relished his cohort pastimes, all that at childhood. But at this age only, actually, he relished this youthful pastimes. All these confidential mellows and intense, so ecstatic pastimes. Later on, we'll see that verse also. So that's why he's singing here. O Sana Maharaj Nanda, where shall I go? Where shall I attain you? O Supreme Personality who play with flute, with your flute to you and to our mouth. Only Krishna plays. Not Lord Balram, not Lord Ramachandra, not Lord Vishnu. No one else. Not Lord Narayan either. So this is a special. That's why Supreme Personality. You look at in any day, in so many angles, it comes to the same. So that's why Supreme. Nobody else you can say as Supreme. Only that is Lord Krishna is supreme. So because he's Leela Vishesh, Rupa Vishesh, Madhurya Vishesh, so many Vishesh, the four specialities. Venu, Madhuri. That is especially the foremost out of all four, the Venu Madhuri. Leela Madhuri is Tamil, out of that even Venu Madhuri, because everything is in the flute only. Minute he picks up the flute, that's it. The whole Vrindavan is collapsed. Everybody is completely in ecstatic. Nobody can stand. Everybody is rushing. So they are relishing all, everyone in any rasa, Shantaras, Dasiras, Zakiras, Vatsalas, Madhuras, in all rasas. So it goes intensified as soon as Lord Krishna picks up the flute. That is, flute is always there. If he is not to the lips, he is always has in his waist. He is never without flute. Flute is always accompanying. He is not in any other personality, any other incarnation. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita, so is revealing in the summary, Bhaktivinoda Thakur's in Amrit Prabha Bhashya, chapter 4 is revealing the summary. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says that Lord Chaitanya appeared for three principal purposes of his own. First purpose is to release the position of Srimati Radharani, who is the prime reciprocator of transcendental love of Sri Krishna. Lord Krishna, reservoir of transcendental loving transactions with Srimati Radharani. The subject of those loving transactions is the Lord Himself. The Radharani is the object, which we mentioned, subject and object here. But how will you release? Unless you are in that position, how can you release it? So that's why he has taken as mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The subject, the Lord wanted to release the loving position of object, Radharani. The second reason, so that is first one is position and glory. And this is the Pranaya Mahima, sixth verse, first line. Now the second reason is the second line. Enadbhuta madhurima aswad anaya aradito aswadayo enadbhuta madhurima. That is the second reason. Madhurima, enadbhuta. Appearance was to understand the transcendental mellow of himself. Lord Krishna is all sweetness. Radharani's attraction for Krishna is sublime. And to experience that attraction and understand the transcendental sweetness of himself, he accepted the mentality of Radharani. That is second. Now, the third one is Sokyam Chasya Mad Anubhavata. That is the third one. The third reason that Lord Chaitanya appeared was to enjoy the bliss tasted by. If anybody asks after this class, you should know these three. Pranaya Mahima, Yenadbhuta Madhurima, and Chasya Mad Anubhavata. These are three words for three reasons. We should immediately remember. So many times we are stressing. That's why. That's how we then immediately remember the verse. It doesn't complicate. It's easy to remember when you know some of these words. Easily you can put together the line and verse. So Radha Krishna Pranaya Mahima Kidrusova Anaya Aradito Aswadayo Yanadbhuta Madhurima. Like that you can form the verse if you know these three words. So that's it. Nothing complicated. Otherwise, the verse is complicated. If you understand those three main words, then it's easy to remember the verse as well. Radharani enjoyed his company and he enjoyed the company of Radharani. But the exchange of transcendental mellow between the spiritual couple was more pleasing to Srimati Radharani than to Sri Krishna. Radharani felt more transcendental pleasure. This is what increasing 10,000, even million times he is increasing on the other side. So that's why Krishna wanted to see why they are feeling even more ecstasy than me. So that means something. Let me see what is that. So that's why he has appeared. So more transcendental pleasure in the company of Krishna than he could understand without taking her position. But for Sri Krishna to enjoy the position of Srimad Radharani was impossible because that position was completely foreign to him. Krishna is the transcendental male and Radharani is the transcendental female. Therefore, to know the transcendental pleasure of loving Krishna, Lord Krishna himself appeared as Lord Chaitanya, accepting the emotions and bodily lust of Srimati Radharani. These are the three confidential reasons. Who is explaining this? Sarup Damodar Goswami was the principal figure among Lord Chaitanya's confidential servants. And the records of his diaries revealed these confidential purposes. Always. So this is the parampara system. Always he reveal how did you get it? How did you know? So he is revealing that because he is directly in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu association, in and out, in Gambhira till the last. They are the most intimate. Six Goswamis is intimate, even further intimate these two. Because six Goswamis are serving who? Lalita and Vishaka. In eternal pastimes of Radha and Krishna. Those Lalita and Vishaka are nothing but Sarup Damodar Goswami and Ramananda Rai. And that's why. So that's why this revelation. Who has revealed it? In Vedanta Madhava, these verses are revealed. That's why Krishnadas Kaviraj is quoting through Sarup Damodar and through Rupa Goswami. These revelations have been confirmed by the statement. This is always the system, because you directly don't jump, because we always follow Rupa Goswami. So that's why he's also quoting Rupa Goswami. That's why every chapter is at the end is repeating. So I submit myself at the lotus feet of Rupa and Raghunath again and again, because they have understood everything. What is in the mind, what is the desire of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The personality who could understand Rupa Goswami, because they have been blessed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and also Sarup Damodar Goswami and Ramananda Rai. They are asking questions. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Rupa Goswami, what did you write? Can you? Then he told Sarup Damodar Goswami, Ramananda Rai, ask them questions. Whatever you want to ask, and give blessings also. Then they asked, how did you introduce, how did you write this book of Vedanta Madhava, Lalita Madhava? So there's a confidential conversation between both of them. So this is the process always, parampara. Through Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, through these two personalities, then went that mercy went to Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami and others. But mainly Rupa Goswami has been revealed everything. So that's how it is been revealed also. Bhaktivinoda Thakur writing in Amrita Prabha Vasya and summary. That's how he's writing. So now the sixth verse will end soon. We want to reveal the important verses and the confidential details. प्रेम रस निर्यास करीत आस्वादन राग मार्ग भक्ति लोके करीत प्रचारण. This is the primary purpose. रसिक शेखर कृष्ण परम करुणा से दुई हेतु हईते चार उद्गम. By appeared Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is for that reason only. To release that prema rasa, deep love of Srimad Radharan, and the second one is to give it to others, distribute this Krishna prema through chanting of the holy name. And the further verse, as we are in this December marathon, important verse to take it up. So is waving like everybody has a wreath in front of their homes or on the doors. So what is that wreath? You have to connect to Chaitanya Charitamrita. What is that wreath? Nama and Prema. That wreath is made up of Nama and Prema. This is the way it is written. See that. See dware achandala kirtana sanchare nama prema mala ganti paraila samsare. Thus he spreads Kirtana even among the untouchables. He wove a wreath of the holy name and prema, with which he garlanded the entire material world. So this is how, the nice way to explain, preach, what is this wreath? So you can explain this way. Easy to understand. The Westerns are more attached to these wreaths and, Christmas time. So you can explain this way. What is it made up of? How we think about it, that wreath. So you can everything you can make it Krishna conscious. Especially when you read Chaitanya Charitamrita, it goes much deeper. You can preach much more deeper way. So it gives more deeper understandings. Uh, प्रेम भक्ति सिखाइले अपना अवतारी राधा भाव कांति दुई अंगीकार करी श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य रूपे कैला अवतार यही तो पंचम श्लोके अर्थ प्रचार. To promulgate prema bhakti, devotional service, love of God and Krishna, I paid Sri Krishna Chaitanya with the mood and complexion of Sri Radha. Thus, I have explained the meaning of fifth verse. This is the main meaning. Is actually to release that mood of Srimati Radharani. That is the main reason of the fifth verse. Now, sixth verse is also sixth verse as well. Further goes deeper. So that. Radhikara Bhava Murti Prabhu Antara. Beautiful purport also Prabhupada written. Let us look at it. Sei Bhava Sukha Dukkha Ute Nirantara. The heart of Lord Chaitanya is in the image of Sri Radhika's emotion. Thus, feelings of pleasure and pain arise constantly therein. This pleasure and pain is not of the material. We are talking about because separation is there. It seems great because it's intense and pain is there, but immediately pleasure. Sometimes capturing Krishna is there, realizing I found Krishna inside heart. Then soon, then Krishna disappears sometimes, as he does. As he sees Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he went to Jagannath Puri, he sees, oh, now he's chanting, oh, Krishna has flute, Jagannath has a flute. He's realizing that in few minutes. And then his flute is, where did the flute go? Where is that Krishna? Is releasing. So that is the mode it is going, the pleasure and pain. He's seeing Krishna in a few times and then is Krishna disappeared as well. That's what it is to intensify it. Sambhoga and Vipralamba. Lord Chaitanya's heart was full of the feelings of Srimati Radharani, and his appearance resembles hers. Swarup Damodar has explained his attitude as Radha Bhava Murti. Dhyuti Sulitam. The attitude of Radharani, one who engages in sense gratification on the material platform, can hardly understand Radha Bhava because they have no the enjoyment spirit. They are not trying to enjoy anything. That's why they are leaving everything. They are sacrificing everything. They don't want to get anything in return. They are so much in love. This is all, if you have understood you have some love with your, father, grandfather, especially grandparents, more love generally you have, or with your mother. Then you do anything. You do anything. You don't exactly whether you ate or not, whether nothing. You will never think about yourself. You'll always, and that's the extent you can go in the middle, or it goes even further deeper. If you have a deeper relation with your guru, you will do anything. Sometimes 24, 48 hours, you keep on serving for days. You will not think about, I have so many things to do, this one, that one. No, you're completely immersed in that service, guru service. Then it goes further deeper. So this we are just giving our personal examples of in our life so that we can understand. It goes much deeper. So gopis can do that because they are at the highest level. We are at a minute level, so we can understand at our level with our examples. That's what it is. If ordinary in our level we can release that, we can do that, then why they can do? So they can sacrifice. They are only trying to serve others. They're not concerned about others. All right. Especially in the programs when you invite, big programs are happening at our home, family reunion. So many. Then you keep serving whole day. Sometimes you don't get anything to eat also. But you are relishing. You are great. You're talking after so long. You met all these family members. You keep talking to them. So you're hearing so many things. So from them. So then you keep relishing. You don't feel hunger. You don't feel anything. You feel so much pleasure inside the heart. It is like this. Every day their gopis are feeling. So this is where that deep love and affection is. That's why that when the love and intimacy is there, you'll do anything. But not able to follow Guru's instruction, Krishna's instruction, the surrender submission problem is that love is not there. That feeling is not there. When that feeling develops with Guru and Krishna, then you'll do it. It's not a duty anymore. You can't sleep anymore. You'll do it with so much intimacy, so much, ecstasy is so much intense. It goes intense. You can't do without it because that love makes it happen every day. So that means you have to hear more, you have to study more, you have to serve more. Then when we come to that natural love, then it's spontaneous. So that's the way with the marga, as it comes closer and closer to Raga Marga, then nobody needs to tell us anything because you're already in the spontaneous devotion. Then you will do it no matter what. Every day you will do it. Even if you are sick, also your not body is not allowing, still you will do it. Maybe you will do it within the mind. You'll sit on the bed and do it. So because that is what that intense love makes it happen. So that is what we should understand this in our practice. How we can apply this in our practice of what gopis are feeling at our level. Those who are actually controllers of the senses. From such authorized sources, it is to be known that the attitude of Srimad Radharani is the highest perfection of conjugal love, which is the highest of five transcendental loves: Shanta, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, Madhurya. This in Madhurya also, this is wedded love, unwedded love, Swakya and Parakya. Swakya, that's why because Radharani's curse is there of Sridham, Sridham's curse to Radharani, Radharani's curse to Sridham. So both ways, so that's why they are seemingly externally married, but it's because the rasa is there. It's Parakya ras. Nothing, this is not anything of this mundane world rasa we're talking about. This is beyond our understanding as well. So that because of curse, they are seemingly, because otherwise there is no, the gopis, their husband, but there is no physical relationship with them at all, with their husband, only on the namesake only, for different, so the different reasons why that happening, those pastimes, but otherwise they have no physical relationship. There are different books which explain that even the husband, who's that Srimati Radharani's husband, who's that Abhimanyu, he himself submits in one of the pastime. All of them, Chandravali, one by one will come and submit at the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani, expresses So what is our position? They express that actually our devotion or intensity. There is no physical relationship of Abhimanyu at all. So it's only a character on the side. So that these are all to increase the intensify the rasa. If there is no opposite party, no villain, nothing, then how will you release the intensify the rasa? So for all these reasons, various reasons why that is the pastime is like that. These transcendental affairs can be understood on two platforms. One is called elevated, other called super elevated. The loving affairs exhibited in Dwarka are the elevated. Super elevated position is reached in the manifestation of pastimes of Vrindavan. The attitude of Lord Chaitanya is certainly super. From the life of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, an intelligent person engaged in pure devotion can understand that he always felt separation from Krishna within himself. In that separation, he sometimes felt that he had found Krishna. This is what we are talking. While in front of Jagannath, in the Gambhira, sometimes he found immediately Krishna left. That's what is been told here. The and was enjoying at the meeting. The significance of this separation and meeting is very specific. If sometimes someone tries to understand the exalted position of Lord Chaitanya without knowing this, is sure to misunderstand it. One must first become fully self-realized. Otherwise, one must misidentify the Lord as Nagara or the enjoyer of the damsels of Raja, thus committing the mistake of Rasabhas or overlapping understanding. So that's the when you have this love and sentiment, so this is because these are all Goranga Nagari and there are 20 or 30 of them. On the name of Radha and Krishna's pastime, they do all kinds of things. They're not the parampara, following the parampara Acharya footsteps. That's what it here Nagara means. Goranga Nagara is one of them. Because you can't engage in irreligious activities. So these are at the highest level, peak. So that's why that is being told here. Formerly in Vraja, Lord Krishna displayed three ages, namely childhood, boyhood, adolescence. His adolescence is especially significant. So these pastimes are happening at this level. Because as childhood is a different age, boyhood there is Kaumara and Pauganda, but now the Kaishora. The Kaishora is the prominent age. When the it is now there is a exchange between in front of Vallabhacharya, exchange between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the other devotee. He asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked what is the topmost stage, what is the topmost from there. These answers are also same answers are given. So even though Lord Krishna, the abode of all Milovas, had previously in this way in this way chewed the essence of the Milovas of love, still he was unable to fulfill three desires. When Krishna went back into Dwapara Yuga. So that's when he was thinking like this. यही मत पूर्वे कृष्ण रासेर साधना यद्यपि करिला रास निर्यास चर्वण तथापि नाहीला तीन वांछित पुराण ताहा आस्वादित यदि करिला यातन. That's how he appeared as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He want to release these desires as they appeared in his heart. ना जानी राधार प्रेम आचे करे बला कटे बला यही बला हमारे करे सर्वदा विह्वला. I do not know the strength of Radha's love, with which she always overwhelms me. Hmm. Further verse, Eta Chinti Rahe Krishna Parama Kautaki, Hrudaye Badaye Prema Loba Daki Daki. Thinking in this way, Lord Krishna was curious to taste the love. His eager desire for that love increasingly blazed in his heart. So that's why it's too deep. Lord Krishna's own beauty attracts the Lord Krishna himself, but because he cannot fully enjoy it, his mind remains full of sorrow. Lord Krishna's own beauty attracts Lord Krishna, but because he cannot fully enjoy it, his mind remains full of sorrow. This is the description of his second desire. That means Enadbhuta Swadhyo, Enadbhuta Madhurima. That is second desire. So the third desire is to taste that rasa. The conclusion rasa is extremely deep. Only Swarup Damodar Goswami knows it. Anyone who claims, else claims it, he doesn't know. So, in whatever way my devotees surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows. And this is the Bhagavad Gita, which I quoted 4.11. So, but now is Krishna says that promise has been broken by the worship of the gopis, as Lord Krishna himself says. 180. We always, when we explain, we always quote the verse. This is in Chaitanya Charitamrita, chapter 4, verse number 179 and 180. O gopis, I am not able to repay my debt for your spotless service, even within a lifetime of Brahma. Your connection with me is beyond reproach. You have worshipped me, cutting off all domestic ties. That means they left everything. They have completely, they sacrifice everything, anything and everything. They have intensity of love is like that. So their love was like that. Even with Yashodamai also, Gopis, Radharani's love for Yashodamai is also so deep. Anything and everything she asks, the Radharani does it. Because for Krishna's pleasure and the intimacy, because they have so much intimate love. Yasodamai to Krishna and Radharani to Yasodamai. So there's a deep love they all have. Um, Domestic which are difficult to break. Therefore, please let your own glorious deeds be your compensation. Now, whatever affection we see the gopis show for their own bodies, know it for certain to be only for the sake of Lord Krishna. Uh, because they are thinking that if we are going, because they are almost about to die when Krishna left. But when, as I told in Vrindavan, in the spiritual world, it's only 2 weeks separation. But here in Bhoma Vrindavan, there is a almost seemingly so many different reasons to explain. Krishna left Gokul, went, so Nanda and Yashoda, all the gopis intensely separated. He went, he didn't come back for so many years. So that is there. But in the spiritual world, only 2 weeks. Goes to Mathura, comes back. So for different reasons. There is a Nava Vrindavan. Different pastimes are explained. But anyway, so that is the meaning here. So gopis are keeping that body because if Krishna comes back, he sees that we are left the body. Then what will happen? Krishna will be completely morose. So he can't tolerate it. So that's why we have to live. So that's why so the my gopis are all living. So that Krishna, when Krishna comes back, he sees because we are meant to serve him. So that's why we have to understand this. So we are meant to serve Guru. So no matter what, that's why we have to be here. First, we have to be living. We have to perform bhakti. If we want to attain Krishna prema, we have to patiently execute till last breath. Then Guru will give. Go back, come back. He will give the approval, and he will. We are not even living. We are not even practicing. Then how will we attain it? So first, we have to live it. We have to practice it. We have to serve Guru. So that intensity has to be there, like the gopis are showing. That means we have to maintain. That's the verse we are reading this morning in Gajendra Moksha. Prabhupada is telling. Bala, Ojasa, and three things Prabhupada is telling that. Physical strength, sensual strength, uh, one more strength, intelligence. Like three things he is telling. Devotee must maintain these three things. Poshana. He must make sure he should be situated in normal condition. Because if he is not in normal condition, then he can practice it because his mind is as it is. The mind's power, the physical strength, the mind sensual power, and the mind's power, intelligence. Three things is calling out. I'll show tomorrow morning. I'll show that was very important instruction. Because otherwise you can practice it. If those like your mind is weak, how will you chant? How will you do the hearing? How will you do service? No, you can't do service properly because your mind is somewhere. Your mind is weak, mentally, emotionally, you are down. How will you do it? You can't do it. Physically weak, same thing. Mind is there, but physically weak, you can't do it. And health is not there, that's a different story. But in general, so in normal, we should be situated in normal condition. That means anything which is causing us to be not in normal condition, too much endeavor should not be done. Exceptional in emergency case, fine. Because when you do too much endeavor, it and extracts our energy, physical strength, sensual power, and their mind also. Then how will you do your devotion? You can't do devotion. So that's a proper writing in Gajendra Moksha. Gajendra fought 1,000 years, but he's weakening these three. Mind, the sensual power, physical strength, all three, he lost it. And then he realized it. So their Prabhupada is writing, practical instruction Prabhupada is giving. The ideal devotee should be in normal condition and then he should make sure that these three things are there. So that then he can practice, he can intensify his sadhana, he can intensify his bhakti. Um, it's very important instruction which goes with it. How will you give otherwise? Radha Bhava Svolitam, this we understand the gopis mood and Radharani's mood, their intensity of devotion, then how will you we ourselves practice it? Then we have to apply this Gajendra Moksha principle. These three things, the way we make sure that our job and all things, we balance in such a way that we don't do so much over endeavor and over extra endeavor and such a way that he can practice bhakti. You're drawn out completely. You have no energy left. It's not good. Once in a while is okay, but what to do? But it cannot be done on regular basis. Then we won't be able to, because bhakti is not just 1 day, 2 day thing, one year, 2 year thing. It's a long practice. 15, 20, 25, 30 years practice. That means You have to be properly situated, proper balance of activities, proper lifestyle. All these things are required. Then only you can do it consistently every day. So this is very much required for fifth and sixth verse to practice to come to this spontaneous devotion. One needs to practice that. That is an essential instruction, essential principle we should take. Gandhara Srimad Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhaktam ki jai. Sorry, we went over it. Any quick question, one or two question you can ask. Otherwise, we'll end, take darshan, we'll end. Anyone has a question? Okay, no question looks like.